How's it going, everyone? Here to talk about a story that's been making the rounds quite a bit, and while it's not going to be relevant to a lot of you watching the videos, at least right now, watching our videos right now, it could be something relevant in the future, and it is more indicative of Sony's business practices, PlayStation's business practices. And this is relevant right now to those of you in Brazil, as a lot of games are raising their price on the PlayStation Store. Now, we'll go over each individual game. Some of these are PlayStation-published games. It is not just third-party games going up in price, but a lot of PlayStation-published games are going up in price. And also, there is a Reddit post by a user from Brazil, and I would, if I have any viewers that are from Brazil, that watch our content, I would love to hear your input on all of this, since not being from Brazil, PlayStation's reasoning, I can't really argue with it as I don't know the market conditions in Brazil, but if any of you guys are more aware of that, if you guys live in Brazil, some insight would be greatly appreciated. Several games have received price increases on the Brazilian PlayStation Store due to challenging market conditions. That is coming from Sony directly, and their official statement is Sony Interactive Entertainment has updated PlayStation Store content prices due to challenging market conditions, including fluctuating exchange rates. As a result, Brazil has seen an increase in PlayStation Store games and add-on content. Pricing decisions vary by region and are based on the current economic environment. This statement has seemingly been regurgitated across the board, not only from PlayStation, but Microsoft as well, when the Xbox price increases went into effect, challenging market conditions, etc., etc., and it's up to you on doing the research and breaking down the actual market environment. But there is a Reddit user that made a post on the PlayStation 5 subreddit as a Brazilian PlayStation user. The excuse of challenging market conditions is a joke. The value of the dollar when compared to the Brazilian currency is the lowest it has been in a year. Sony is already increasing to a price above what it should be when converted, probably hoping that the dollar will increase again, which no one knows if it will happen, and will earn more from everyone that doesn't happen. It also appears that they are trying to subsidize prices in some countries to keep prices frozen in the States. Either way, it sucks being a PlayStation player in Brazil these days, which explains why many people are choosing to buy entry-level PCs generally weaker than a PS5. Game prices on Steam, Epic are insanely cheaper and are regionalized, a thing that Sony refuses to do. Let me just say, that is the big thing about PC gaming. I don't think we are in a world anymore, and people that are advocates for PC gaming, look, PC gaming is great. I don't think you should be advocating for PC gaming on the side of, oh, I can build a $500 or $400 machine, let's go with the digital PS5, a $400 machine that's just as good as the PS5. Here's a console killer PC build. Like, that's just not a thing, in my opinion. Yes, there are deals every now and again, you can buy used parts, etc., but for 99% of people, buying a PC that you expect is going to have equivalent performance to a PlayStation 5, or dare I say, the PlayStation 5 Pro, it's just going to be very difficult, damn near impossible to do. The reality is, PC gaming is beneficial on the back end. You don't pay to play online, which these days, over the course of a generation, is going to end up being damn near $500 if you have the base subscription. So that's $500 right there. You save a lot of money on the digital games and buying games in general. Look, you can get launch day games at a discount. Yes, literally, games upcoming, like a Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, is going to be $70 plus tax on PlayStation 5. And that's stateside. Again, I'm breaking this down from a stateside standpoint, but on PC, if you go to one of these e-tailers, verified Steam seller like Green Man Gaming, you can get Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater for, I believe it's $52.50, and that's a significant savings. Like, you save all that money over time, and that's really, in my opinion, the strongest asset of PC gaming if you just want to take a look at it from a monetary value standpoint. The Brazil market condition is very interesting, and I don't know much about Brazil market condition, but, you know, you've got all of these games going up in price, including Wushang Fallen Feathers, The Outer Worlds 2, which is, kind of insane, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Silent Hill F, Ninja Gaiden 4, Lost Soul Aside, Hell Is Us, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, The Last of Us Part 1, Astrobot, Lego Horizon Adventures, Demon Souls, Rise of the Ronin, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice Game of the Year Edition. Those are the ones going up in price right now. And let me reiterate this. remember, even if it's not relevant to you guys, and this is what I always say, observe what these companies are doing, because while it might not be relevant to you, while you might be just looking at this in a vacuum, and oh, PlayStation's doing this to Brazil, but they would never do this to the American audience. They love us too. No, bro, they're gonna do this to you as well. Relax, it's coming, and you know, it might not be now, it might not be next year, but eventually, if they're doing this in certain territories, and we saw this with PlayStation Plus prices going up recently as well, it is going to have a trickle-over effect. It is going to happen in other regions. It will certainly happen. Look at what Hideaki Nishino said about PlayStation Plus. They're gonna be adjusting the price of PlayStation Plus depending on the value or whatever. Well, yeah, he might have said adjusting the price of Oh, that means they're gonna lower the price of No, they're not gonna lower the price of PlayStation Plus. You kidding me? He might as well have said, you know, we'll increase the price of PlayStation Plus, but increase is gonna get negative headlines, so they use different terminology. We'll be adjusting the price point. Oh, that doesn't sound as bad. Bro, adjusting the price point means that the price point's gonna go up. How many subscription services, ask yourself this, how many subscription services have legitimately gone down in price? Doesn't happen. How many games have gone down in price in terms of a publisher puts out a AAA game and then their next major AAA game goes down in price? Readily doesn't happen. Hey, look at Obsidian and Microsoft. I guess you could say Private Division published Outer Worlds 1 and Microsoft is publishing Outer Worlds 2, but it's going from $60 to $80. Ghost of Tsushima going from $60 to $70 into Yote, and I get that the currency changed and these things happen, but ultimately, you are going to pay more. And not only that, these are digital games. That idea of, you know, if we go all digital, that the sum of those savings, you know, the cost cutting that is going to come from not having a middleman, not having the Walmarts and the manufacturing of the discs and the game cases and everything like that. Oh, that benefit is ultimately going to come back to the consumer. No, you're gonna pay higher prices and you're gonna like it. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection was the most notorious one, where it's $20 in store for a physical copy, and for the longest time it was $42. And there's a class action lawsuit about PlayStation utilizing their dominant front in the digital consumer or in the digital games market and having higher prices. Do I think that's gonna go anywhere? No, I honestly don't. But I am very much a pessimist, and I expect us to get the short end of the stick every single time. Every single time, I legitimately think we are gonna get the short end of the stick. And the reality is, when it comes to PlayStation right now, the worst thing is that they have no competition, and I've been saying this for years and years. Everybody cheering Microsoft's downfall and Xbox downfall, and I'm sure people are gonna, you know, clown on Xbox and Microsoft over the layoffs that, as I'm recording this video, they have not happened yet, but guys, first of all, jobs are being lost, but on the second point is, like, we really, even if you are the most hardcore of hardcore PlayStation fans, you should not be cheering for the downfall of Xbox. You should want a competitive market. It's gonna come back to you at the end. You will be the beneficiary. Even if you decide to never buy an Xbox, you will be the beneficiary of a competitive marketplace, because PlayStation will then have to step their game up to challenge Microsoft. Why do you think PlayStation can get away with so many live service games in development? Because they don't have to draw people into their console with their big single player games anymore as their big selling factors. They just don't. They need one of those a year and they're fine. They're chilling. They don't have to care. They can ice a Blue Point for years and years. They can ice a Ben studio for years and years. They can ice this studio, that studio. It doesn't matter. They can cancel Last of Us Factions and ice Naughty Dog for years and years. No new Naughty Dog game in a generation? Don't matter. Where else are you gonna go? Xbox releasing their games on PlayStation as well. It's just they can do so much and get away with so much, whereas with a competitive market environment, remember when Microsoft wanted to get rid of used games? PlayStation checked them on that real quick. You think PlayStation wouldn't have loved to not give you a used game so they can make more money? They would have absolutely loved that, but guess what? Checking Microsoft and taking a part of that marketplace over was way more important to them, and that's what a competitive market environment allows to happen. And this is just, you know, basic, you know, knowledge, but I just feel like I have to reiterate that over and over again. But again, that'll do it for me. For those of you that play games out of Brazil and you live in Brazil, really want to hear your input. I don't know if we have that many people watching these videos, but it does seem like the reasoning PlayStation gave, probably not the most ideal explanation to give. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.